Welcome to This Week in Trend. Who better to talk about the latest trends in culture than two relatively out-of-touch suburban dads? Join two guys too busy to be truly informed, along with their weekly guests, for a lighthearted look at what is trending right now. Let's get started with the show.
All right, we are back. They said it couldn't be done. But here we are, back again. Episode number 2. Nobody thought we could do it, Steve, but we have done it, my friend. We've done it.
Can't be stopped, Jay. Can't be stopped.
Can't stop, won't
Show
stop.
must go on. Can't stop, won't
Exactly.
stop. Love that band. Great band.
What band is that?
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, is that the band's name, or is
It's
that
a band's name. Yeah, it's a band's name. I think they're out of Las Vegas.
All right,
band.
this seems like the first job for our new producer on the show here. We enjoyed him so much in the last episode. We decided to bring him back for to be a regular on the show, and he's going to keep us right because I got grilled last week over making the obviously wrong
Glitter.
Yeah,
But the glitter was the glitter mistake because fact check. It's true. It's a real It's a real movie.
I mean, all you had to do was agree with me, Jay. I told you it was there.
absolutely.
I love it. I'm so we do have our official fact checker and producer Jesse. So happy that he joined us. He's going to be joining us permanently.
Steve, we are recording this on Tuesday because of good reason, with obviously Mother's Day on Sunday, and you were called to fatherly and husbandly duties on Sunday. Tell us about it, man. Tell us about how Mother's Day was. Tell us about how the week and being the awesome father and husband that you are was.
Yeah, no, time is not our own, right? And especially whenever we try and I don't know about y'all's wives, but my wife loves to express her dominance over me, and and certainly wants to take ownership of not only is it her birthday month, it's her birthing month of having 2 children, both born in the month of May. It's also Nurses Month, and on top of it, it's Mother's Day. So she dropped. She said, "Hey, about 3:00 in the afternoon." She goes, "Hey, I want to go to the Braves game, and we're season ticket holders." So she said, "You're taking me to the Braves game," and I said, "Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely what I'm doing. I'm taking you to the Braves game." It was a great game. Great game.
Yeah. Yeah, is that the one? No, we beat the. So we're Braves fans here. I believe everybody in this podcast is a pretty big Braves fan. We beat the Phillies. Is that correct?
Yep. We beat the Fighting Bryce Harpers.
There we go. Yeah. No, my wife said the same thing, and I said, you know what? The podcast is too important to me. There's no way that I am going to get out of it with Steve and Jesse. It's just their time's too much importance, so I can't. Has too much importance built into it, so I can't take you to the Braves game, honey. Sorry about that. So, tell of 2 husbands, I guess. What else is going on, man? Are you softballing it up this weekend?
Yeah. We got a tournament up in North Georgia this weekend, so be headed out there early Friday morning, or early Saturday morning, and my daughter's pretty excited because it's not only is it her birthday, but she's going to get to pitch in her first kids pitch game. So she's pretty excited to go and bean some girls with some softballs. I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be.
That's pretty awesome, though.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm pretty pumped. She's been practicing. At least she's been going to lessons about 3 times a week this week. Just getting ready and excited.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
You're doing softball. I'm doing potty training. It has been a week with my daughter. A very, very just a week. Now you have 3 children. I don't know how you've done that. My wife is pregnant with our second child, and with what my daughter is currently going through, just her mood with potty training. We've taken away the pacifier, all that stuff. It's intense here in the Brimberry household. We're really, really Yeah, there's some really intense moments, and so we've been going through that, and I'd like to tell you it's a fun time, and I'd also like to kind of get on to you, Steve, because you really are such a good father. You made us all kind of get lulled into the fact that this wasn't going to be that hard, and little did I know it is extremely hard.
Yeah, well, the potty training thing we just kind of left to daycare. We just we put a lot of pressure on them to take care of that. And every kid's different. That's one thing I can totally say is every single one of those animals are different in a different way. Both my first were two girls. That boy, I don't know what's going to happen whenever he starts slinging that thing around on the back porch, trying to go off the back porch like daddy.
One of our friends told us this past week that he didn't even know how to pee inside until he was about 4 or 5. That they just basically put him outside. Now he's up from northeast Georgia. We'll hide the name. We'll hide the name so that he doesn't get brought into this. But he let us know that he didn't even know how to pee inside until he was about 4 or 5 years old.
Well, I can say with two boys, potty training was pretty easy.
Good.
It took about 2 weeks, and that was it.
Wow.
Now,
just go let them out in the yard, Jesse.
What's that?
Just go let them out in the yard. Is that kind of how that went?
You point them out and say you use it and put it up.
It's awesome. I'm really looking forward to that.
It's pretty fun. It's messy, but it's fun.
It's messy.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm glad it's easy for the boys. It hasn't been easy for the girl. There's been times literally where she gets so frustrated. She's trying to flip over tables. She's trying to flip over chairs like Jesus in the temple over here. Just flipping everything, rearing back, walloping us, trying to wallop us. I'm a little bit too quick for her. I have those kind of Muhammad Ali reflexes when we come to rearing our child over here. But
amazing.
We're almost there. We're almost done. So we're good there. Hey, also want to make sure that we get in our guest of the week. Steve, I'm going to let you introduce the guest of the week. This is your, I shouldn't say Jordan's a very, very, very good friend of mine as well. But Steve, I'm going to pass it over to you and let you do a little introduction to to this week's guest on This Week in Trend.
Yeah, so my friend Jordan Wood's joining us this week. He's been one of my best friends for the better part of the last 21 years. 20, probably it's not even fair saying 21. It's been more like 22 or 23 at this point, Jay Wood.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, man, we're
Lord.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm this part at this point, man. About 23 years. And Jordan is Jordan's been a dear friend of mine, father of two little girls as well, and lucky that our daughters are best friends and get to kind of run up and grow together the same way that Jordan and I did. So,
guys, that was sweet. That was really sweet.
Oh, thanks, Steve. Thank y'all for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Very good, very good. Yeah, Jordan, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Tell us kind of, just fatherhood, husbandhood, how you keep yourself busy. If you want to, you can talk about the times in college. Kind of me, Steve, and Jordan were all in a fraternity together in college. Talk to us about college and when I used to beat you in Tiger Woods. Any of that stuff is up for game in this show.
I think as you're getting older, Jay, your memory is failing, but we'll talk about Tiger Woods. So grew up here in Cherokee County, north of Atlanta, and actually kind of moved away a little bit and then found my way back to Cherokee County. And I live and work in the same county that I grew up in. So I guess I'm what would be called a townie now. Is that the official term?
It's a wonderful town, though. It's a wonderful town and county. The parks are beautiful. The parks are absolutely beautiful. Best parks around.
So if you can't catch Steve's drift, I do work in the Parks and Recreation industry. Absolutely love it. I'm in charge of the maintenance and capital projects within the county. And I have a blast doing it. But my biggest passion is my family. I have a wife that of course I met in college through a sorority, and we've got two beautiful daughters together, Eliza and Caroline. Eliza is 6. And Caroline is 18 months. And we probably waited a little bit too long to have our second, because I think Eliza got to a point for us where she was a little bit more self-sufficient, where we could be working around the house and tell her to go play go play in her room, or, she'd been potty trained, all that kind of stuff. Life was getting a little bit easier. And then we decided, much like a lot of parents think, is, oh man, we could do another one. And then we had another one. And, and obviously she's completely different than Eliza is. She's a little bit more boisterous. Kind of have to hover over her a little bit to make sure she doesn't kill herself on a regular basis. So we're living the dream. So, hobbies, with 2 kids and an 18-month-old right now, I don't really have a whole lot of times for hobbies, but my what I do enjoy is fixing stuff up around the house, doing a little bit of woodworking. I've had an opportunity to kind of build some tables and a conference table for our work, and do some stuff around the house. So that's fun. That's a tangible hobby. And one of my unique hobbies is that I've gotten quite into the world of iRacing or sim racing, because obviously I can't afford a race car. And obviously I don't have enough time to go to the racetrack on a weekend. I can sit at my computer and I can race, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I really thought you were about to say that you've gotten into the world of Warcraft. And I was about to say,
no.
wow, Jay, that's a time-consuming hobby right there. World of Warcraft. I don't know. I've never played it, but I've heard.
No.
One of Jordan's old hobbies that I used to really love is Jordan used to go yard sailing and bring home legacy yard equipment to his house, and he'd have like the sweetest, like this heavy machinery.
You're talking about my wheel mower.
Oh man, that thing was sick.
Yes. That thing was
sick,
awesome.
Yeah, the wheel mower. That thing is beautiful.
I do enjoy a bit of bargain hunting. Yeah, Steve's talking about I got a commercial quality reel mower for like $100.
Yeah.
I saw it in Douglasville and went immediately to the ATM, got it home, fixed it, got it working, took it all the way apart, cleaned everything up, put it back together, ended up selling it for about $600. So
Jordan's very knowledgeable about to do. Yeah, I mean, and Jordan's super knowledgeable about all types of turf. I mean, drove by his house one day and he's got his whole yard roped off with water hoses, and he's setting it on fire. He's like got his own like slash and burn technique with his front yard. Pretty fantastic.
So you did a controlled burn in your yard?
I did. I used to. I don't so much anymore, but I did do a controlled burn prior to the turf grass coming out of dormancy. So if we want to do another podcast, I can answer lots of questions about. If we want to do a podcast, I can answer lots of questions about growing grass and how to maintain your yard. Yeah, that is my profession.
Steve, sign him up for our second podcast, Watching Grass Grow with Jordan Wood.
Dude, it would be a hit. It would be a hit. Just so that the nice people of the River Green HOA, the Facebook group, know he's not doing controlled burns in his house in River Green. This was in Copper Hills, the Copper Hills neighborhood. So Copper Creek. So don't show up to his house tomorrow, threatening him with HOA legalities.
River Hills is actually on my list to post this podcast so that we can make sure. I know that we split it up different homeowner association groups throughout Cobb and Cherokee. They're on my list, so thank you for giving the disclaimer.
Give a shout out.
I'd hate for them to kick Jordan out because of our podcast.
Oh no, I've done much worse in this neighborhood so far. So we're okay.
You have not.
Edit that out. Edit.
You have not. I'm actually a member of the HOA Facebook group for his neighborhood too.
Are you?
Yeah, I got worked in.
Did Ainsley invite you or somebody else?
Yeah, your wonderful wife invited me.
Sheer entertainment value.
You got to see this. Yeah, it's one
It
of
is
those real active neighborhoods. It's amazing.
Steve, we've talked about one of the things that we're thinking, first of all, we want anybody and everybody's comments on this podcast because we want to grow this thing. We want to make this thing all about trends. And, we've thought, well, maybe I have thought about, and then you just type back to me, LOL, when I say it, about different segments we can do on the show. And, just to make it a little bit more of a full formed show. And one of the things that I've thought about here, and we need to get a catchy little jingle, trends we can't stand or something like that, but is to have a segment each and every week where one of us gets 60 to 70 seconds to talk about a trend that happened in the world during our lifetime. I mean, I guess you could talk pre-world trends like, I don't know, prohibition. That probably was a trend that people did not like, but trends that we lived through that we did not like. Reserve 60 seconds, just an airing of grievances here to just, for lack of better words, bitch about the trend that we don't like there. So, Steve, you okay with me doing it this week, man? Like I say, I got an LOL from you. I don't, maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but maybe we give it a test ride this week.
Yeah.
But this week, I'm going to hit mine, which I kind of realized as I was looking at some things. There was a memory that came up. But this time last year, all of us were going through, shelter in place, COVID. Of course, in Georgia, we were out of it about a month and a half ago, really. It only lasted for maybe 10 days here where we were really quarantined. I don't know, maybe some of our friends, Steve. How long did you stay quarantined? Did you stay quarantined for a while?
I was at Home Depot the day it opened. They were I was up in there. I was buying up all the wood.
You probably got a stockpile. You're probably sitting on a gold mine there at your house.
Hey man, my basement's almost finished. I mean, there's like a achievement unlocked, right? Like just absolutely adulthood achievement unlocked. The basement is we threw the drywall up last week, so we're really getting there.
You should have bought the lumber at 2020 cost, like March of 2020 cost, and then saved up that lumber until March of 2021, sold said lumber back because of the price of lumber going up, and you probably could have paid for your basement full tilt there. You wouldn't have even had to think about it because you were holding the commodity of lumber.
Oh,
The lumber speculator.
The lumber
Would
speculator.
have been.
There's so many things I should have done, right? I mean, I shouldn't have traded in all that Ethereum on an awful bet of Ohio State over Penn State.
Maybe
2
that's
years
where
ago.
the saying "hindsight is 2020." Maybe they were talking about.
Hindsight. Yeah, absolutely.
They were talking about Steve when they came up with that expression.
It's like, yeah. They made it so damn easy.
Hey, guess what? Spoiler alert, Ethereum trended this past week, guys. So you'll have a chance to talk about it if you want to, Steve. Really, really quick. Put me on the clock. Jesse, can you put me on the clock for 60 seconds, my friend?
60 seconds. Roger.
60 seconds, where I'm going to have 60 seconds to talk about a trend that really annoyed me. You ready?
Hang on. All right. You ready? Go.
All right, guys. The trend that really annoyed me was the trend where all these artists began singing about quarantine. They came up with these songs about quarantine and sheltering in place as if their voice was the thing that was going to soothe us, and we were all going to be like, sure, yeah, great. Sheltering in place in a worldwide pandemic is okay because you, Luke Combs, sang about staying 6 feet apart, or Bon Jovi singing about do what you can. It's just annoying to me that people would think that they had that type of power, that their voice could soothe me when I have to stay at home, not go out, have to search for toilet paper, have to do all of this stuff because of a worldwide pandemic, that people have that sort of opinion of themselves that they can write something that puts me at ease. Now, does it put other people at ease? Absolutely, but this segment is about what annoys me. Not what is good for other people. And it was a trend for a reason because I guess some people liked it. But then you have things like the Imagine song.
That's it, Jay.
It's Freeze. Was that song actually popular though? I mean, how did that Luke Combs song actually do?
It's number one on the list I see. But I can't talk.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
Really? Oh my God.
So that's it. I just had to get it off of my chest. Just
Thanks,
60
Jay.
seconds.
Thanks, Jay.
Jesse, you did great at hitting the timer there for me. Thank you, friend.
You're very welcome.
All right, gentlemen, before we hop into our next segment, the big segment, let's take 1 minute to remind everybody, if you like what you're hearing here, please like, follow, comment. Let us know what you think about the podcast. We really enjoy doing this. It's all about repetition. It's all about continuing to do it. I think that we had some pretty good feedback. We had some truth feedback, which is great. We're going to get better each and every week. We will make this happen. We will have a fun time here with Trendafarian this week in Trend. But we can't do it without you. So please take a moment. Steve, we're all on all of the major podcasting networks now.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, are y'all ready for This Week in Trend, where we will go through day by day, Monday through Friday, 5 things that trended each and every day. From those 5 things, I'm going to split it up. Steve, you'll get first pick. Jordan, you'll get second pick. Steve, third. Jordan, fourth. Steve, fifth. Going to give you the topics. You're going to tell me which topic you want to talk about. We will try to stray away from politics and some sports. We can do one sport a week, right? But we just know too much about sports. And so, a bunch of dudes talking about sports. There's about 20,000 podcasts that you can find with that. And so we're trying to hit up the things that we just don't know too terribly much about and give you the news so that you can talk about it in the water cooler. And they're going to look at you and say, hey, that trended last week, not this week. Why are you talking to me about this? And you're going to say, there's a really cool podcast that talks about it as well. And so without further ado, Steve, are you ready for what trended on May 3rd, 2021?
Kardashian. I'll take Kardashian.
That did not trend. That did not trend.
Yeah, let's hear it. I'm ready. I'm excited, Jay. Let's go.
Of course. Your number one trending item of the week, really, happened on Monday. Bill and Melinda Gates are getting a divorce. Ooh, not good. We could talk about that if you like. Lakers. So I guessed LeBron last week, and I'll go ahead and tell you, LeBron did not trend. But articles about LeBron underneath the Lakers, which I just put grab bag down here because there's a lot of different things about him. Did trend through that, but
No,
I did not
doesn't count.
LeBron. I know it doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Ethereum price, is that how you say it? Ethereum.
Yeah.
Price had 200 searches. Lakers had 200,000 searches. Ethereum price had 200,000 searches. American Idol had 200,000 searches. Atlanta Tornadoes had 100,000 searches. And then The Eternals, the Marvel movie that's coming out at the end of the year, had 100,000 searches. Steve, what are you picking this for Monday, May 3rd, 2021?
Bill and Melinda Gates, Jay. Let's lock in Bill and Melinda Gates.
You got to. Jordan, you ready to talk about some Gates?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So Bill Gates and Melinda Gates are splitting up after 27 years. This article was written by Jordan Novitt, not you, Jordan, but a different Jordan. In case you didn't know that you did not write it.
Yeah, definitely did not write this article.
I'm going to give you the key points, and then we'll begin talking from here. Bill and Melinda Gates met at Microsoft, and the two got married in 1994. The couple who agreed to give away more than half their wealth will keep working together on charitable efforts, and financial implications are not immediate clear. Of course, you know, Bill Gates, co-founder and former CEO of Microsoft, with his wife, Melinda French Gates. What a uppity name that is, Melinda French Gates.
What's her what's her last name? French? Was
that her maiden name? Was French?
Her maiden name? Fact checker, hit us up, Jesse.
I'm on it.
Yeah, said on Twitter on Monday that they will split up after 27 years. The two will keep working together on philanthropic efforts which have addressed education, gender equality, and healthcare. After a great deal of thought and a lot of work on our relationship, we have made the decision to end our marriage. Bill and Melinda Gates wrote in a statement that Bill Gates tweeted out. All right, we're going to talk from here. I learned last week I might not go through the whole article. I'm going to kind of peruse through it. But Steve, first thoughts on Bill and Melinda Gates splitting up?
First thought was, I can't believe that they've been married for 27 years. I figured they'd have been married longer than that. But yeah, I mean, my second thought was, and I think I saw that, you know, this new trend. I mean, I'm guessing that just people being locked up and stuck together through the pandemic makes you really realize if it's true love or not, huh?
Do you think that Bill Gates and Melinda Gates actually played by the rules that we played by during the pandemic?
No, 100% no.
Really? I don't know. I figured them being in the public eye would make them, make them have to live by those, by higher standards. I mean, I certainly was out and about a lot more than I think Bill and Melinda were.
It also
I will
must be
say this.
said
I will
that
say this about
their
it.
house is the size of a small city, so maybe
So-
they did stay in their house.
Oh, they could
So
avoid each other.
They did have an agreement in their marriage to where he could have a 1 weekend a year with his ex-girlfriend.
What?
No, I need the fact checker to check
That is a
Jesse.
fact. That
Fact check the fact
look it up.
checker.
I'm telling you right now that it was an agreement that he had made with his wife, which her maiden name was French, by the way. That's been
Bam.
confirmed.
Bam.
But they had an agreement where he could have like a trip once a year with his ex-girlfriend that worked at Microsoft. That was before, I guess, he married her, Melinda.
What?
He actually asked his ex-girlfriend about when he married Melinda, if he
Was
should.
this in a prenup or just a handshake?
I don't think there's no prenup.
Oh,
No, there's a prenup. There's absolutely a prenup.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know.
No, I doubt it. I mean, with them, I think. I mean, they were already like not even giving. They were already like not giving a lot of their money to their children, right? They were already donating most of their money.
Half of it. Half of
Yeah.
it. So
According to
what's half of
CNBC,
90
there's no
billion?
prenup. There's no prenup
Sure.
from CNBC.
Who are we to question CNBC? That's for sure.
Also reported by the Business Insider. So take it for what that's worth.
Jesse's already
Jonathan.
paying off, man. Give this man a raise right here. He knows too much already about everything that's going on.
That's my job.
Jordan, I'm gonna ask you, man. Okay, so you're the one that said there's no way that Bill Gates sheltered in place during you and Ansley, were that rich. Where would you go? What would you want to do? What would you do with your time to stave off the divorce?
Friend's house.
ooh. I think I would have purchased a small island. Probably would be what I would
During
do.
the pandemic is when you decide that you don't already have this small on it.
Yes.
Okay.
You're probably right. I'm assuming they have a yacht. So the first place I would go would be to my yacht, and then we would go to visit various different countries, and up and down the coast. Maybe some Caribbean islands,
Okay.
and truck it on over to Europe. And with the face mask and everything, nobody really knows who you are.
Not that gigantic yacht. Now, let me tell you, as someone who lived.
Not that
Let me
inconspicuous
tell
yacht.
you this: as someone who lived on a Caribbean
Yes.
island, they know way too much about who's coming on their yachts to those Caribbean islands, and I mean, way too much. I mean, I think like Kenny Chesney lived on St. John's, and everybody knew way too much of his business. That's for sure. And little St. James was right across the street.
Like Renee
actually.
Zellweger.
Yeah. Well, and his boyfriend.
My question is,
Wait, who's boyfriend, Steve? I'm sorry, Jordan, not to interrupt you. I do want to get you a question, but that was a pretty pointed and his boyfriend, as if you know something that others might
No,
not
Steve
know.
and I are
Steve.
talking about the same thing. We're talking about the same thing.
Yeah. There was pretty common knowledge, I think, that Kenny had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Hey, there's no way that we can talk
That's why
about
when
this.
she filed for divorce, she filed fraud. She filed a fraud in the divorce paper.
Yeah.
Jesse, you're
My
a
wife would be
pretty good scholar
devastated.
on these divorce areas. I feel like you're studying
Well-
up to be some sort of divorce attorney or something.
You know.
Yeah.
Face bills.
Jordan, ask your question, man. Didn't mean to interrupt, but Steve's pointed accusation of
Good.
Kenny Chesney piqued my interest.
Well, yeah, I glazed over that, and I'm glad you caught it. But my question is for Bill Gates: does he get on? God, I'm so far removed from the dating scene. What's a dating
Does he
app?
get on God?
Tinder?
No.
Does he get
Tinder's
on
on-
Tinder?
Does he get on
On
Tinder?
Twinder, and that's what Jay was talking about earlier. Twinder.
Twinder? Yeah. Does he get on?
The app for if
Does
you
he
want
get
to
on
find
Tinder?
twins.
He's probably still trolling
what's the,
AOL chat rooms. That's where his goal is at.
You've got
Microsoft
mail.
Teams. You think he's on Microsoft Teams looking for
Oh,
dates?
there we go. There was a good meme that I saw the other day that it had Bill Gates staring at a cell phone, and it said, "Find all single vaccinated ladies," and it was just a bunch of ladies, and they were looking at their shot, little Wi-Fi thing, and it was pinging all the single vaccinated ladies. I thought it was funny. So you would have been all over as Bill Gates. You would have been wearing your mask. I do like how you put an exclamation that you would have been wearing. You'd go all over the world, but you would be wearing your mask. And you get off your boat and you say, "No worries, I'm Bill Gates. I'm wearing my mask. Where's my ex-girlfriend?"
Sure. Yeah. Well, at that point, if he's wearing his mask, what's he doing wrong?
Nothing. He probably had that vaccine much longer. It's freedom, G did. Like, there's nothing wrong with this, you know?
According to his ex-wife, it's because he hung out with Epstein, but whatever.
Oh,
Well, that was Epstein Island was right there. Right off.
It goes
you
to
talking about
2000. Apparently, it
talking
goes
about
back to
Kenny Chesney again?
2013. What's that?
We talking about Kenny Chesney again, or we talking about Bill Gates?
No. So this divorce thing goes back to 2013. She had concerns about his relationships with Epstein.
Bill Gates?
Yeah.
Epstein?
And in 2019 is when the divorce started.
Oh my God, this podcast is getting taken down immediately tomorrow. As soon as I post this thing, we're going to get a cease and desist.
This is all public knowledge. This is all public knowledge.
This could get a lot deeper.
It is. We might get a lot of attention.
We're breaking some news here.
I like it. Breaking news. Bill Gates and Epstein.
Maybe he killed Epstein.
What if Bill Gates was lovers of Epstein?
It wouldn't shock me.
Kenny Chesney is.
He's probably.
Did this just turn into a QAnon?
Just a water taxi away from St. John.
All right, who's ready? Did anybody have anything else to say about Bill Gates, Melinda Gates? It was the number one news item of the day. I know that we don't have. I guess I would just say I'm not too surprised. Money can't buy you love, and Bill Gates does not seem like that nice of a person to me. It's he seems like he could be an ass, right? I mean, we can all agree that like we wouldn't invite Bill Gates over to the house for a poker game or something, unless he was buying us a whole new house to be in there, right?
I don't know, man. He's a pretty hip guy on Reddit. It'll be really interesting to see what comes of his dating, right? I mean, like who he starts dating, it'll be really telling, right? Like, will he go with the 20-year-old engineer, right? I mean, will it be a hybrid, right? An engineer / young woman, right? Or will it be an older
Sex
woman?
robot?
Yeah, who knows?
Are there a lot of supermodel engineers?
I'm sure there are.
To not beat a dead horse, but what if he did start dating Chesney? How much of a super couple would that be?
I'd say we take a victory lap if that shit happens.
There we go. Heard it here first. All right, gentlemen, we're going to move on to our next subject. Guys, I'm 2 beers in on my hazy double IPA with Citra and Mosaic, Hoprodiesiac and Academia beer out of Athens, Georgia. It's what I'm sipping on. Steve, what you sipping on tonight, man?
I'm suffering through a natural light right now.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest,
it's like water to you.
I turned up pretty hard last night. So, yeah.
On Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
It's the new Saturday, man.
On a Monday.
I did. Yeah.
Just got wild on Monday. Wow.
Good job. Yeah.
Good job. All right. With that, I'm going to move on to Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. Jordan, this is yours. This is your day here. You get to choose the topic. First, we have PSG. That's all I wrote down. I think that they're a soccer team. PSG.
Yep.
Paris Saint-Germain.
Oh, is that what they are? Good. I did not know that. They had 200,000. I try to take out as much soccer because I fear that Steve would literally pick everyone to be a soccer.
I totally
This would be a soccer podcast, and I would not enjoy that. So next we have Colombia, the country, not the city, not the spacecraft, Colombia, the country. Then we have Tom Wilson. He was fined but not suspended, and the New York Rangers were not happy about that. We have Mark Wahlberg weight gain. That's 100,000. Tom Wilson was 200,000. Colombia was 200,000. We have Jimmy Carter photo with President Biden. And we have.
We're supposed to get political.
It's an option. It's an option.
We have Apex Season 9. If you like shoot 'em ups on video games, Apex Legends is a video game. So that's what we got, guys. We got Tom Wilson, Mark Wahlberg, Jimmy Carter, Columbia, PSG, and Apex Season 9.
I'm going to go with Tom Wilson.
All righty. Tom Wilson. Sports.
Hear about him.
So this was actually, I kind of, actually followed this one a bit. Tom Wilson fined but not suspended for altercation. Rangers decry horrifying act of violence. Well, that's pretty intense.
I missed
Let's
it.
see here. This was written by Samantha Pell. Samantha Pell for the Washington Post wrote this. I think this happened too, or maybe Tom Wilson's a member of the.
Sounds like an avid hockey fan.
That's what I thought when I said that. NHL's Department of it's hockey. That's the New York Rangers is a hockey team.
Oh, I
Steve.
didn't. I thought you never said New York Rangers. I
said it literally
Rangers
3 times.
Oh, I heard Rangers, and I thought it was
there's a
Texas
moment
Rangers.
where you
Just kind of disconnect a little bit. That's fine.
All right.
It's fine. I'm
The
engaged.
NHL's Department of Player Safety fined Washington winger, not swinger, but winger, Tom Wilson $5,000 on Tuesday for roughing Pavel Buchnevich and the Capitals' 6-3 win over the New York Rangers on Monday night. The fine is the maximum allowed under the collective bargaining agreement, and Wilson will receive no further supplemental discipline. Wilson was at the heart of a scrum that came just over 12 minutes left in the second period at Madison Square Gardens. Buchnevich tried to hammer the puck home in front, jamming a lot of adjectives. Jamming at Capitals goaltender Vitek Venchek. You did this on purpose, is what you did here. My southern drawl with these Russian or Yugoslavian names just, doesn't work for me. Before falling face down on the ice in the battle for the puck, Wilson then dealt a blow to the back of Buchnevich's head. That was the reason for the fine. Yada, yada, yada. Fracas got worse. I think the message to Tom was he's big, he's strong, and when he gets into scrums and he wrestles, you've got to be careful because obviously I think with the altercation on him, he gets looked at in a certain way. Capitals coach Peter Laviolette said. So he's got to play his game. He has to be hard to play against. He has to be physical, but in the same sense, he's got to know the eyes are on him. Go on. I will let you know the Rangers got really pissed off about this later on in the week. Actually took a ad out or put a Twitter statement out coming down pretty hard on the NHL. The GM and the vice president, I believe, got fired because of that. So this is actually a pretty big deal in the hockey world. Jordan, talk to me for about 2 minutes from what you know about hockey.
Ooh, what do I know about hockey? I don't know a whole lot about hockey, but I did see this fight on YouTube, and that was kind of a bitch move. I'm not going to lie. Tom Wilson kind of it seems like what was the guy's name? Buchnevich? He was going in for the goal. I think he was the one that was going in for the goal. And he just kind of pancaked on top of him, smashed his face into the ice, and then he punched him in the back of the head. And then some of the New York Rangers jumped on him, and he went to mopping the floor with those guys too. This guy is kind of a badass. But it was a bit of a bitch move, I think.
He's still fighting the Cold War, man. That's what he's doing.
Is that what he's doing? Yeah, that's really all I can kind of say about that. I don't know much about hockey, though.
Jordan, you could have been
watched the video, and I thought it was pretty fantastic.
You could have been a hockey play-by-play man. Like I really felt like I was watching the action as that Buchnevich get his bitch ass handed to him. Wait, Tom Wilson's being a bitch, or is Buchnevich?
Yeah, he was being kind of a bitch. Tom Wilson made Buchnevich his bitch, but it was kind of a bitch move for Tom Wilson to fight dirty the way that he did. What I know in hockey is that when you go to fight, you fight man to man. You take the gloves off, you take your helmet off, and you guys fight standing up. And when the first person falls, that's it. And then you shake hands and you go on about your business. But it seemed like he kind of took it a little bit step further. I think, as I understand, when he was in the penalty box, he kept running his mouth and eventually threw his helmet at somebody as well. Yeah. So
that's why I love
he was kind of. He's it was pretty excessive.
Steve, did you ever go to a Thrashers game, man?
Never been to a single hockey match ever in my life.
Did you go to KSU back in the day?
That's a good point, actually. Does that really count? Club sport hockey? Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, okay. I've been to club sport hockey matches, I guess, but no, I've never been to a professional NHL game.
Would you like to go to one?
Yeah, I'd go to one. Yeah. I mean, people seem to love it. It's very similar to soccer.
Well, except that you can't see. I've been to one hockey game, one Thrashers game, and we sat up in the nosebleeds, and I could not see the puck. Can't see the puck. Too tiny. So at least soccer, you can kind of
Yeah, I
follow
mean,
the ball.
don't they have? Do they still have the the laser puck right on? Do they do it on TV? Remember they used to.
Not when you're live there in
Yeah,
person.
so that was
Yeah.
Fox when NHL was on Fox, and they used to highlight the puck when it
Yeah.
was like they slap shot it turned red, and then they passed it blue. Yeah,
Are they
don't
still
do
doing that?
No, they don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
No,
that's pretty
clue.
cool.
At that point, just play.
That's
video
about what I
games.
knew about it. Hockey.
I
but
had Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey on N64. Anybody else have that game?
No, never.
No, it doesn't ring a
No.
I would
bell.
have kicked your
never.
asses, all of your asses in it. So
Yeah.
probably good you didn't know.
I guess like you did in Tiger Woods. So.
All of it. All right, gentlemen, we're going to move on to Wednesday, May 5th, 2021. Ooh, Steve, there's some good ones for you in here, but the best is yet to trend.
Let's go.
All right, so on Wednesday, May 5th, 2021, we have Peloton recalls treadmills due to child's death, 200,000. We'll probably just make fun of Peloton if you do that, not talk about the child's death as much. Wednesday, there wasn't a lot trending, honestly, because this one is 50,000. This was the second one. So Wednesday was a light day for trending. But we have Elise Stefkon. Now, Elise Stefkon is running as a Republican she is in the Republican House. It's a politics thing, so we probably won't talk about that.
Not an Instagram model. My hunch was when you said that, my brain goes, that's an Instagram model.
You know what?
She has not been sleeping with Tristan Thompson, if that's what you're asking. No. What were you saying, Jesse?
I thought the same thing. I thought that was no way in any way political.
Do you think that Elise has slept with a Kardashian's boyfriend?
Most certainly.
Good. All right.
If she wants to get anywhere.
Well, she's about to be the second most powerful Republican, so that should be something that we, do. That's just if you want to get up in politics, you got to sleep with a Kardashian's boyfriend. Doesn't
That's a
matter.
segment I'd like. I'd like a segment. Is this an Instagram model or is this a politician?
That's a great segment.
That
Jesse,
should be
jot
a
it down
segment.
for us.
I got it. I'm working on it.
Thank you, sir. We got Chris Brown. If you'd like to, Chris Brown celebrates his son's birthday. Chris Brown, obviously famously known for beating Rihanna and not having any type of thing happen to him. You have PPP, meaning the Paycheck Protection Plan, 50,000. And then John Means pitches a no-hitter for the Orioles. That's 20,000. Not a good day. Not a good day, Steve. Not a lot to play with here. What do you pick?
Chris Brown.
Ooh, okay.
Chris Brown.
I knew that. That's it.
I mean, they did the
we
Lil
have
Dickey.
Hollywood Life. That's the name of the website by Bonnie Fuller. Hollywood Life by Bonnie Fuller. But this isn't by Bonnie Fuller now. This is by Julia. This webpage is being slow. Julia Tetty is who wrote this. Amika Harris gushes over Chris Brown and Aeko on singer's birthday. My whole heart in one photo. Amika Harris celebrated Chris Brown's birthday with a candid photo of the singer cuddling up to the former couple's son, 1-year-old son, Akio. See the photo, Steve. Maybe you need to put the photo in the notes.
Good.
Chris Brown celebrates his 32nd birthday today. I honestly thought he was like 50. May 5th.
32?
He's 32.
Wow.
And already got a loving shout out from his former flame, Amika Harris, the stunning model. Took to Instagram. There we go, gentlemen. There we go.
Got to get those followers, man. Got to get your hits. Get your
On
likes.
the R&B's singer's birthday and shared a precious boomerang video of Chris snuggling the one-time couple's precious 1-year-old Aiko.
Boomerang.
A-K-O? I don't know. The tiny top kept a pacifier in his mouth, and his father nuzzled up to his cheek. Yada, yada, yada. It really moved Amika. It was her whole heart. Chris and Amika have maintained their close bond since welcoming Aiko to, I think I've pronounced his name 4 different ways.
Jay, could you spell that one more time for me?
A-E-K-O. A-E-K-O.
Yeah, that's pronounced Brian.
Okay, Brian. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Chris and Amika have maintained their close bond since welcoming Brian into the world in November 2019. As for where their relationship could be going, however, there is no telling whether the two will rekindle their romance. Steve,
First
you're a big fan of Chris Brown, man. Forever. That's one of my favorite songs.
I like the song he did with Lil Dickey. Freaky Friday. No.
Was it a movie?
No, it's not a movie. It was a song. It was a song, Freaky Friday with Little Dicky. It's good. You should check it out. My first thought was I heard boomerang. I mean, is that still a thing? People still doing boomerangs on Instagram? Anyway, yeah, I know. I think Chris Brown is an interesting guy. I had no idea he was as young as he is. And I've never heard of his ex-wife and didn't. Oh, I knew he had a son.
I don't think it's his ex-wife. Let's not go that far. It's just a relationship.
Well, I knew he had a kid.
His future ex-wife.
I knew he had a kid because the music video Freaky Friday, which I'm going to put in the show notes.
Do they switch places in that video? Him and his singer.
They do. Yeah. Yeah, Lil Dicky.
The movie. Anybody could do that.
Lil Dicky and Chris Brown switch places.
How much of a badass do you have? I assume Lil Dicky is an R&B or rapper, Steve? No?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a rapper.
How sure do you have to be of yourself to give yourself the name Little Dicky?
He's a comedian. He's kind of a comedian rapper.
Got you. He's like the Weird Al Yankovic of rappers?
I think...
Or the Adam Sandler of rappers.
Jay Wood, you know who Lil Dicky is? I know Jay Wood knows who Lil Dicky is.
I know who Lil Dicky is. I thought that who's the host for the Grand Ole Opry? What's that guy?
That's definitely
not Jimmy Dickens. Not Jimmy Dickens. What's his name, Jesse? Jimmy Dickens?
Well, I do know who Lil Dicky is. He's a white rapper with the name. With Dick in his name.
Oh, he's a white. Okay, Lil Dicky makes a lot more sense to me at this point.
He did have you seen the show Dave on FX?
Nope.
Oh, well, he's on that. That's him.
Oh yeah, he's Dave, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but I've seen the.
It's pretty good. But yeah, that's him.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's Lil Dicky.
Also known as David Andrew Bird, his birth name.
I thought he was on Flight of the Conchords back in the day.
I don't know. He may have been, but I don't think so.
Hey, in the grand scheme of things, actually, I was Googling him. His net worth is only $8 million, so he ain't that.
Are you a Chris Brown fan? I mean, so not to dive too deep into some seriousness, but we can all agree he beat the crap out of Rihanna, right?
Yeah, no, I think that was pretty apparent. And surprised that he even could have a future after that. I mean, people have been canceled for a lot less.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
No, not a fan at all. I think again.
You are a fan of Freaky Friday.
I am a fan of Freaky Friday because I think Lil Dicky's pretty funny.
Well, that's how he still has a future.
So
people like
his future ex-wife, as Jordan says, this is her whole world. We don't know where they are with it. I just feel like there's a lot of confusion that goes on in a celebrity's life, especially in Instagram models. Like there's a lot of drama in a Instagram. I don't even know if she's an Instagram model. I just know that she's a model that's on Instagram, and so I'm putting those two things together.
Well, they go.
Would we consider, Jesse? Could you take a quick look at her profile? Will we consider her an Instagram model or not?
Yeah. What's her name?
Good question. I don't know. Akio or something like that?
Well, that was the kid's name.
Oh, yeah. Amika Harris. Ammika Harris.
Okay, I got it.
I know nothing of this lady.
Is her name
says that she
after Amika Harris? Okay.
Oh, well, it looks like she's just an artist or something.
Okay. So she's not that special.
I see the boomerang of Chris. I'm watching the boomerang of Chris Brown now.
Well, there we go. Throw us on Instagram, guys.
I would say that she's like a, I don't know. I guess you'd call her a model, but it's.
Based on the looks, we're not too sure.
No, you'd call her Instagram model because they're all just like a bunch of pictures of her in lingerie.
Oh, she's in pictures of lingerie on Instagram.
And then there's pictures of her kids sprinkled in.
Mm-hmm.
How many kids does she have, Jesse?
It looks to just be one.
Okay. Brian.
I'm not going to stalk her, but
well, she's on Instagram. She's dating Chris Brown, and she was in a entertainment blog. I think you're in good company if you do.
Yeah, it isn't. I mean, C Breezy, he's more of a dancer, isn't he, than an artist, right?
Who?
He's more of a.
Started out that way. They was trying to faction him as the next MJ, and it just never materialized because of the whole domestic violence thing.
Yeah,
which will help your career.
It should, as it should.
All right. Well, hey, I think we've said everything we could about Lil Dickey, and this article wasn't even about Lil Dickey, but I learned more about Lil Dickey in this little bit here than I have about Chris Brown. I mean, we all knew that he was not a stand-up guy, but hey, he's trying to reform. He took a picture on Instagram with his son, gave him a hug, and so all is forgiven, right, guys?
Sure.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I don't know the guy. So I don't know.
I don't
That's a
know why
definite
he's
no.
even a thing, really.
Jesse comes in with, I don't know a guy, so I can't be the judge. That's good. That's good. Anybody need a beer? Anybody need anything before we launch into Thursday?
Good to go.
Good.
Good. We're going to get it done, guys. All right. May 6, 2021. Jordan, this is your day. Albert Pujols cut. That was a big news day right there. 200,000. Nurses Day 2021, 200,000. Steve, if you'd like to get your wife in here, she could talk about that.
We should have. I should have known that was going to trend Thursday.
Jimmy Rich, RDJ's assistant, passed away. Do you guys know who RDJ is?
I don't know who either of those people are. RDJ, no.
Robert Downey
Oh,
Jr.
yeah.
is it?
There we go.
Is it Robert? Is
Yeah.
huh?
His
RDJ,
assistant,
huh?
his assistant was so popular that he trended when he passed away.
Wow.
How is that news?
Well, nobody's claimed any of these things to be news, Jordan. Matter of fact,
Just
probably
trending.
make fun of
How
it,
is
so
that
it's not
trending?
news. Resident Evil Village. I would say don't pick that one because all I could find was gameplay guides. So I'll be reading through this is what you need to do if you want to beat Resident Evil Village. And Stranger Things 4 at 100 things. So you have Albert Pujols, Nurses Day, Jimmy Rich, Resident Evil Village, and Stranger Things 4.
I'm going to avoid sports because I've already done hockey. So I'm going to go with, I'm curious about Jimmy Rich. I guess that's why he's
Good
trending.
choice. Good choice. All right.
It's going to be
Who this
just so you know, it's probably going to be something super tragic and not going to be anything at all about what you thought it was going to be.
Well, I mean, he died, so it's very,
You're
very
probably right.
tragic.
You are correct by that, Steve. You are correct.
Yeah.
Oh, it just took
Let's
a dark
go.
turn.
Jimmy Rich, tell us about
All
him.
right. This was a People article. Robert Downey Jr. mourns late assistant Jimmy Rich supported every step of my recovery.
Oh.
That's
New subject.
No, you locked it in. You
We
locked it
didn't
in.
have to talk about it.
No, get to the part of how he died.
Chris Evans
Oh, boy.
also posted a tribute to Jimmy Rich, saying he left an indelible impression on everyone he met, and that Rich and Robert Downey Jr. were inseparable. This is by Jen Juno. Jimmy Rich, Robert Downey Jr.'s longtime assistant since 2003, has died at 52. Downey, 56, shared news of the terrible and shocking tragedy on his Instagram feed Thursday alongside a carousel of images of Rich, revealing that Rich had been in a fatal car accident.
Boom. There it is. Forced blunt trauma.
God, that's terrible.
All right, Jordan, I'm going to let you open up the discussion on Jimmy Rich.
That was terrible.
Try to make a man that helped Robert Downey Jr. and seems like he was very, very important to the whole Avengers cast. Good choice, Jordan. Go for it.
Do you think they were an item at one point?
No. Robert Downey Jr.? No. Get out of here. No.
Yeah. No?
I'm not buying that.
Okay.
Don't you dare talk about him that way.
I mean, he really talks about him as a close confidant.
I'm not going to lie.
How many years ago?
It
How many
actually
years
went through
ago?
my mind, Jordan. It's not. It just things come out, right? I mean, like it kind of went through my mind. For all accounts, he seemed to be an excellent person. Any man that can help another friend out of what Robert Downey Jr. was in is a good dude. I have no doubt that they were very, very close to winning.
I can say this. Nothing comes up for him being gay, but he does have some gay goats, if that helps.
RDJ or
Yeah, Robert Downey
Assistant.
Jr. has some gay goats that are siblings. So there's incest, and so it's quite complex.
so I bet they're probably pansexual.
The goats or Robert Downey
Yeah.
Jr.
The goats.
What is Willow Smith again? I forgot.
Polyamorous.
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 Multiple
Is
loves.
Robert Downey Jr. married to anybody?
Yeah. She produces a lot of his movies, like Tropic Thunder. She's a producer.
Tropic Thunder. What a good movie. That would never
Great
get
movie.
made this day and age.
It's a great movie.
Guys, I'm not going to spend too terribly much time. Jordan, I'm sorry your Thursday topic was a dud.
No, well, I was going to
Yeah, let's keep it rolling, Jay. What's up? What's next?
Sorry about that.
No, that'll happen, Jay.
Should have went with
No,
Stranger
Jordan.
Things.
No, that'll happen. That's just how this kind of thing works. It
That's
gets
why,
worse as the week goes on. It gets just darker. It's let's go.
Thursday, week ago, Steve had everybody convinced that that doctors get sent pictures of rashes and it
No,
was
we were dealing with the Duggar situation, which is a
Oh, yeah, I know.
whole other thing.
Yeah.
I listened to the show, and Steve said, "Is there any way?" What was it the kids were sending? What is it? Well, that was last week's. That was last week's
If
topic.
you do a little deep dive into what it was on his phone, it wouldn't be related to a doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
Hacksaw.
No.
Steve, you ready for Friday, May 7th?
Hit me, Jay.
All right. Number one at 200,000 is Jupiter's Legacy, new Netflix show that came out on Friday. I think, or it comes up this Friday. I don't know. We have at another 200,000, Lily James as Pamela Anderson. There's a new Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee show or movie or miniseries that's about to come out, and Lily James as Pamela Anderson is the thing that trended. Quick little tidbit for you guys on the marital list. Lily James would be one of the ones on my list right there. Right?
She an Instagram model?
No, she was in Yesterday. She was in Downton Abbey, but I've never watched it. Downton Abbey. I'm sorry. She was also in Baby Driver. So.
Oh yeah. Was it Baby
She
Driver?
was the girlfriend or his girlfriend in Baby Driver. Wrath of Man is number 3 at 200,000. I think that's a movie. Wrath of Man. By Guy Ritchie and Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Ding, gentlemen. Happy Mother's Day. 200,000 searches on Friday. Mother's Day was, of course, a pick by Jay Brimberry last week, and I am up against you guys 1-0. Nothing. Green Lantern did not trend last week.
No, it did not. Not.
And then Chinese Rocket at 200,000. Notable trends at number 10 was SNL. Jesse, I put that one in there. Notable trends at number 10 was SNL.
On Thursday. Is this Friday?
This is Friday. We're on Friday.
Yeah. So it's
So we have Jupiter's Legacy,
Saturday
Lily
Night
James
Live.
as Pamela Anderson, Wrath of Man, Happy's Mother's Day, and Chinese Rocket.
I'm going Wrath of Man, Jay. I'm a big Guy Ritchie fan, so love all the Guy Ritchie movies. I'm sure I'm going to love this one too.
Well, all this is a review. It's just a
review. How was the review? I didn't know. What are they saying about it?
I'm going to give you the capsule review, and this was
I've got it right now. I've got it right here. So on IMDb, it's 7.5. Rotten Tomatoes.
Let me read the article.
Well, he said you want to know what the review is. I'm just giving you the review.
The article is the review.
Never mind.
It's from the Catholic News Service. So Steve, right up your alley.
All right. That's not a reliable source.
Stop. There's no way.
It absolutely is. CatholicNews.com, Wrath of Man by John Muldrig.
This is where we're going. Hit it, Jay.
I'm just going to give you the capsule review. Well, though it comes wrapped up in a slick package, the actioneer Wrath of Man is in essence a morally crude tale of do-it-yourself justice. This is the #1 article on Google.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious.
Since it invites viewers to sympathize with its protagonist's relentless quest for revenge. Moreover, the film is fundamentally at odds with scriptural values.
Oh my god, it's just hilarious, right? I mean,
why
in the world does a Catholic publication have a movie review
on this podcast? If Jesse and Steve, you guys are both identify yourselves as Catholics.
It's so funny. That's so funny. Right. Yeah. I mean, look, I love Guy Ritchie movies. My favorite one, definitely Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, or Snatch. Probably Snatch. Yeah. Snatch is definitely the best. Is one of the greatest movies to ever.
Do you think that Jason Statham could beat up Keanu Reeves in a fight?
Yes.
100%.
I think he could act like he can.
Yeah. No, Jason Statham definitely could beat up Keanu Reeves, but. Are you saying could Jason Statham's character beat up
John Wick?
John Wick or Constantine? Which one are we talking, Jay?
Johnny Utah?
I'm talking about in real life. If they were to square off in a bar fight, who would win?
Statham. Statham kills him. Yeah. Keanu Reeves doesn't even fight back.
Is John Wick the best action movies out there right now?
Yes.
Ooh, do you want me to tell you what classification that the Catholic News Services gave to Wrath of Man?
Yes.
Oh, for morally offensive.
Oh, for morally offensive?
Yep. It
Coming
is a
from the
morally
Catholic Church.
What is the O?
That says a lot.
What does the O signify?
offensive.
Offensive.
Oh, offensive. Okay, sorry. I'm thinking morally offensive. Okay.
Or void, maybe.
I don't think so. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. So, Jesse, you looked him up on IMDb. What are they giving him over there?
3.5 out of 5.
Oh,
On
wait,
IMDb,
yeah, no. Good. Wait, hold on 1 second. Steve, what do you think that they're doing?
What do I think they're doing?
Like out of like Jordan's guessing 3.5 out of 5. If it's on a scale of 10, we're going to give you 7. What do you think?
Is it a scale of 1 to 10?
We don't know. You can do 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Well, Jesse, tell us. I guess we could know. Jesse, tell us.
Well, okay, there's 2. There's a scale of 1 to 10, and then there's a percentage.
Yeah, I think 74%.
So Jordan guessed 3.5. Steve guessed 74%. I'm going to go with, which is essentially about the same thing. I'm going to go with 40%.
So
Ooh.
IMDb has it 7.4 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 67%, and Metacritic has it at 57%. So about averaging out, I guess probably about 65% would be the median there.
It sounds to me like Jordan won then.
I'd only trust Rotten Tomatoes.
You're a pretty big movie guy, Steve. You've gone to the movies quite a bit since the whole thing began, right?
I love it. Yeah. We used to go every Friday night.
Are you going now?
No, most everything's on TV now, right? So you can watch everything at the house.
That's true. Like Mortal
We got,
Kombat, the fine
Yeah,
cinema.
we got HBO Max, right? So see it at the house.
Ooh,
Rent it.
Here's a good little part of this for people who are listening to this that might be interested. Though it comes wrapped in a slick package, director and co-writer Guy Ritchie's adaptation of the 2004 French thriller Les Convoyeurs. So this is a remake of Les Convoyeurs, is a morally crude tale of do-it-yourself justice, benignly viewed vengeance and vigilantism. Sorry, I'm like 4 beers in, guys, so I'm here. Much gory violence, including torture, an implied casual encounter, rear nudity, considerable sexual humor, a handful of profanities, and at least one milder oath, pervasive, rough, and occasional crude language.
Is this from the Catholic website again?
That's where I'm going to start going to get most of my reviews, I believe.
Sounds like my kind of movie.
Who's in this movie, actually? Obviously,
Statham.
Jason Statham. Yeah. Who
Jeffrey
else?
Donovan.
Who?
That's the only other person left. Who else, Jesse?
I'm looking it up. Oh, look. Okay, I'm looking it up.
You got Holt McKinley. You got Roachie Williams.
Post Malone.
Oh, Josh Hartnett's making his grand return to acting.
Josh Hartnett.
Scott Eastwood, Andy Garcia.
I thought Post Malone died.
No.
What?
You're thinking of Mac Miller.
Oh,
They're the same guy, aren't they?
no, not the same guy.
Soon, Jay.
What was the movie that Josh Hartnett was in that was like a
40
teenage
days
movie?
and 40 nights.
Pearl Harbor.
40 days, 40 nights. Or
Pearl Harbor.
Faculty.
No, before
No.
The
that.
Faculty.
The Faculty.
The Faculty was awesome.
With,
That was a good one.
with
Katie
the
Holmes
Offspring.
was in it.
It's a great soundtrack.
Oh, yes.
Great
Yeah.
soundtrack. Great
He was always
soundtrack.
chewing on a pin, because he made drugs, right?
Yeah, the meth killed. Spoiler alert, guys! If you
Yeah.
He had to look like a badass.
My
he was
wife
such a
loved
good
Josh
actor. He
Hartnett.
retired from Hollywood to take care of his children. We should all applaud him.
But was he? Did he really? Yeah,
Yes.
my wife loves him. I mean, it was her definitely her favorite. Him and Ben Affleck have been her 2 favorite actors.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Well, we were watching
Guys.
Black Hawk Down. That was the movie that we were watching the other day.
Guess what my wife told me
one.
earlier?
What?
Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez have gotten back together.
Benifer. They're
And
back.
A-Rod is pretty pissed off about it.
Oh, that's
Is
my
he
trending
now?
topic this week.
That's what I heard. I heard
There
that
you
on Eddie the Fan today.
Great
Wow.
transition. Gentlemen, any more of Wrath of Man by the Catholic News Service? They gave us a good review. I trust them, and I will be going back to them to see what movies I should be watching.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Can we please get regular segments of the Catholic news reporting on movies?
We have to have movies in the theaters to regularly do it. But
I
we're
already
gonna-
added it to my homepage.
There we go. All right, gentlemen. So we are going to go in. Jordan, do you know what we do next here at This Week in Trend?
Nope.
Didn't think you did.
Can't think
All
of
right.
it.
So on the next segment here, our final segment, each of us are going to pick one topic, or I'm sorry, two topics that could potentially trend this upcoming week. Jordan, did you know about that? You said you listened to the podcast. Did you know?
I did, but I listened to it all the way through, but I forgot about the
All
last
right.
segment.
So right now, just to make sure everybody
Lightning
knows,
round.
I was probably I listen to podcasts when I'm driving my child to and from daycare. So she may have been having a meltdown at that time, but it
I
was still
listened
playing in the background.
if you're happy and you know it, and John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt is the songs that rotate in my car. So very good for you to be putting on podcasts in there for your daughter as you drive her to daycare.
Yeah, and this podcast.
Well, she's not old enough to make a decision yet, or make any requests. So I'm sure she gets a little bit older, that'll change quickly.
Well, two things. First off, there will be a little E next to this podcast name because there's some explicit language. B, my kids beg me to play Body every morning on the way to school. You know that song?
Body?
Yeah.
By
I'll put it in the show notes. Put it in the show notes.
Well, are you talking about My
Can't Stop?
Body?
No, Can't Stop, Won't Stop? No.
It's not a real band, Steve. So
what's
anywho, Jordan, so each of us are going to enough of you, Steve. Each of us are going to guess two items for the upcoming week that we think will be traded. Probably not. Right now, I'm up 1-0 versus Jesse and Steve. I'm winning it with my Happy Mother's Day 2021 guess from last week. Do we have anything else, Jesse? You didn't get yours. Steve didn't get his. We're good there.
That's correct.
Yeah, no SNL, no Dogecoin. That's wild.
Yeah, that's
Dogecoin
surprising.
didn't.
But
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Jordan, we'll start with you. What is going to trend this upcoming week?
Gas shortage, 100%.
Colonial Pipeline.
Yep, Colonial Pipeline,
drama.
ransomware.
All right. So I'm going to give you gas
Evidently,
shortage.
Russia
If
had
we
nothing to
get
do
Colonial
with it.
Pipeline, we'll give that to you as well, Jordan.
Yeah.
Steve, what is going to trend this week?
I'm going Bennifer, man. I'm going to go Jennifer Lopez, Ben Affleck. I mean, that was a soft toss you gave me. I'm doing that.
Jesse, I should have let you go first there, man. I'm sorry. Not first, but second after Jordan. So you could have sniped Bennifer right out of Steve's clutches there.
No,
Jesse, what you got?
I'm going to go with Liz Cheney.
There you go. Oh no, that's big news.
I don't know. Is that? I mean, okay.
I mean, I know it's political, but they're having a vote. It should trend. It's going to be big.
The conservatives are canceling.
I'm ready to see the Republican Party blow itself up.
No politics, but I kind of agree.
Okay,
let's see.
I'll change it.
No. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like talk. That can be Liz Cheney in itself is not a political word. So
yeah, no. I mean, I would have guessed. I mean, I wouldn't have known except for the word the last name Cheney. I would have thought maybe she was an Instagram model too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's a big segment. So
she may be an Instagram model.
Let's go with. Oh goodness, this is hard this week. Let's go with. You know what? I'm doubling down. LeBron James. 2 weeks in a row, LeBron James is due to trend. LeBron James.
I love that. That's your go-to now. Like the LeBron. I mean, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit.
It's got to hit.
He's
actually supposed to come back this week, so it's gonna hit.
Yeah. It's a good bet.
Jordan, what's your second one?
Tim, are we past the Tim Tebow?
Ooh, I don't
that's
know.
a good one.
It's your choice. Don't help him out, Steve. Don't help him out. I know he's your buddy. No helpsies.
That's pretty big sports news. I'm going to go with Tim Tebow.
Very nice, Jordan. All right, so Jordan, you have gas shortage and Tim Tebow. Steve, you're up next.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Kylie Kardashian. Since we have to go something, I mean, we probably need to make it a requirement. If you're gonna go Kardashian, you gotta say which one, right? So I'm gonna go Kylie Jenner because she's not a Kardashian. Go Kylie Jenner.
Does Caitlyn Jenner?
You know, I saw the picture. I mean, this is absolutely terrible. But I saw the picture of Melinda Gates and Bill Gates, and I thought it was Bill Gates sitting with Caitlyn Jenner. The picture, I really did. They look a lot alike.
Jesse, your pick.
I'm going to go with The Mandalorian Season 3.
Whoa. Think that's coming out? I mean, I know it's coming out. Do you think that they're going to announce it this
I
week?
think they're probably going to announce. I think they're going to announce something big in the next 2 weeks. So, hey.
Let's see here. So far we have gas shortage. Benifer, Liz Cheney, LeBron James, Tim Tebow, Kylie Kardashian. Oh, I'm sorry, Kylie Jenner. The Mandalorian season 3. I am going to go with the Eternals again. I know the Eternals trended this past week. They're due for a trailer release, and so I think that the Eternals will trend due to a trailer release that happens on Thursday. I'll get that granular with Jordan. Did you have a good time this week, buddy, man? Hey, we loved having you. I know that's for a fact, but have a good time here. Enjoy the show. Enjoyed being able to speak about some of these topics.
Yes. Long-time listener of multiple podcasts. Never before have been on a podcast, so it was an experience. I'd love to do it again.
Would you like us to promote anything for you? I asked Jesse last week. He refused. But any Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook that I could promote for you here?
Have neither. I've got Facebook. That's it. I stopped at Facebook. Never went with Insta. Never went with Twitter. No TikTok. None of that stuff.
All right.
I'm a conspiracy
theorist. You better get on TikTok. You better know what the kids are into.
No, my kids will never be into any of that. I'm hoping that social media will go away by the time my kid gets old enough.
Jesse, good episode. Give us a rating.
Yikes.
On 1 to 10, how did we do this week?
I think we're about an 8, man. Y'all getting better.
And continue to get better. Steve, you got a big week in front of you, my friend?
Softball. Lots of softball, I'm sure.
Pretty big unknown. Pretty big unknown this week. So, I retired a few weeks ago. So, just kind of doing my own thing.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to This Week in Trend. We hope you enjoyed it. Please, please, please make sure you follow, leave comments, send us an email. Steve, we got to get an email up, man. Or we can go with a trendafarian@gmail.com. That is TRENDAFARIAN. Did I spell that right?
I think so. Trendafarian says, sure.
Trendafarian. It's spelled like it sounds, right? Like it sounds. Leave us a comment. Hey, we got one this past week from one Mrs. Nikki Riley. She said, long-time listener, first-time email sender, really enjoy the podcast.
Thank
Nikki. You, Nikki, out there. What?
Long-time listener.
Awesome. It meant a lot.
Time is relative.
It is. Time's relevant. And it's the reason why we did the second podcast, because she had that much support in us. So yeah, let us know how you guys like it. Let us know if you don't like it. Actually, don't let us know if you don't like it, because we don't want to be down about it. Just let us know if you like it. But please follow, do all the things. Steve, you know what time it is, my friend.
Take it away.
Thanks for listening to This Week in Trend. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. If you like the show, help others find out about it. Leave us a rating and review wherever you listen to podcasts. See you next time on This Week in Trend.